Okay, back again. Um, the last one, ran make install, our GCC package, and should have no errors. Output should be something similar to mine below. Make install is done, and let's clear this up. And now we have to create a link. Say link symbolic for both GCC, tools, bin, CC. Okay, and we have to perform this check again. When we say echo main into dummy dot c cc dummy dot c read elf l e dot out, and we want to grep for tools. Okay, and you should get something like that. Now once again, if you didn't get that, you have a problem. Okay, and if you're running 32-bit, you may not see the x86 64 here. So I hope you got that, and we'll move on. Remove dummy.out and a.out. Okay, and it's on to TCL. So you back up and we'll remove GCC build and GCC 42. Okay, now if you didn't get that, it would be a good idea to just redo that one section GCC, see what happens. And if you still have issues, I would start over. And errors are common. You know, on the first time, it's very common to make a mistake where you just don't, things just don't happen sometimes. So tar xvf TCL cd into TCL, and here we have to say cd into Unix dot run configure prefix equals tools. We can run make install. Now here it says TCL test suite right here. You can say times in select equals UTC make test. But it says here, as discussed earlier, running a test suite is not mandatory for the tools here in this chapter. To run TCL the TCL test suite anyway, do this. I'm only going to run mandatory checks, and a lot of times you'll see in here it's you can test it, but some of them recommend that you don't test it because you'll get erroneous errors. So only going to run mandatory tests, and we'll say make install. You can actually save yourself some time by only running the mandatory tests. There's mandatory tests we have to run in the next chapter, but for stuff like this, a lot of things we're testing for don't exist anyway, so they'll give you errors, and they can throw you off. As in the book, it says something about that. TCL test suite may experience failures under certain host conditions which are not fully understood. Therefore, test suite failures here are not surprising and are not considered critical. So, don't run them unless you want bad stuff happening. But it gives you the option to do that anyway. And pretty much if you're this far, kind of relax a little bit, and if all the tests or all the simple things like echoing, checking if our compiler's working, if our linker's working and stuff like that, if those things checked out, you're pretty much over the hump for right now. Now we still have quite a few packages to go, but these packages should fly, with the exception of core utils. Perl takes a little bit of time, but nothing compared to 5 SBUs or anything else like that. Okay, and we are moving right along pretty nicely. We still have quite a few to go before we hit the next chapter. TCL is just, I think it's tool command language, or something like that. Not sure. In the next chapter, when we finally install the program, we'll actually figure out what TCL does. But it's for testing. I think it's GCC tests or bin utils, one of them. Or maybe both. I'm not sure. Really doesn't give you too much indication of what these programs actually do in this first chapter. It's only in the second chapter it really goes over what you're installing. Should not take long at all. After we do that, we have to change mod. It's coming up. Change mod tools lib at TCL 8.6.so. That is to make the library writable so debugging symbols can be removed later. So that's what we got. And size is looking good. If anything, I'm running out of room on my Ubuntu side here because of the videos I'm making. They're taking up a little bit, so I'm going to have to mount a drive soon to stick my videos on. But here are LFSs were nice. Only 1.4 gigs used, and you'll see that fluctuate, especially in the next chapter when we really start unpacking a lot of stuff. You see it climb and fall down. I think it's I might even just use like 2 gigs, not even. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But 7.5 is a little bit more than the rest, I think. And 7.3. Really don't remember how many I use there. It might be 5. It might be 5, but I saved all my sources. I saved all my tools tool chain, and 6.2 I think was under a gig. No, I'm lying. It was like 1.2 gigs total. So, and what did I save with that? I don't think I saved anything. think that was totally stripped down. So 7.3. 7.3 was a big install compared to some of the earlier ones. But 7.5 is not too much different from 7.3 at all. Actually, if you've done a 7.3, you'll see a lot of the same syntax here, and a lot of the same conventions. There's not many things that wow you in the 7.5. I wasn't even going to do a 7.3 to begin with, but figured I might as well. Maybe I'll do like every other one. Not really concerned on doing every LFS. They're coming out pretty rapidly now, and that's okay, but okay, make install, clear, and let's say change mod verbose, u plus w, tools, lib, tcl, 8.6.so, okie dokie, and say make install private headers. Okay, and we have the link symbolic of verbose, tcl sh 8.6 to tools, bin, tcl sh flat. Good deal. Okay, TCL is done. Right, back up twice, and then we can remove TCL. Clear. tar xvf expect. CD into expect. Alright. It says here we have to copy verbose configure. Comma dot ridge. Okay. And we have to replace said place user local bin with bin configure dot ridge to configure. Please use your local bin. Okay. Dot run configure prefix equals tools with TCL equals tools lib and with TCL include equals, actually let me do that over again, TCL lib and with TCL include equals tools include. Okay. Expect is another test suite, or has another test suite. Well, expect is a test program, and you can run the test suite on this, but don't. I'm not going to. Say make and make install. No, I'm wrong. Just flat make. And we say make scripts install. That's why it's always a good idea to look ahead a little bit and see what's going on. So I have like people outside. Let's see, scripts equals nothing. There's nothing in there, just double quotes. Install. Okay. Okay, good deal. So expect's done. We'll cut the video here. And let's say expect, remove expect. That's all it is. I'll catch you in the next one.